Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will go on the attack first. And they were in the mark. Guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive play, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
Man, let's see if he can earn the respect of his teammates. You know, you've done this and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Let's go! Looking to fire. There's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Catch in the middle, it's Balkinson. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Mississippi State right back to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Just a little off. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. And the intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Back to pass on second down. Pressure coming. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down, and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. The Bulldogs have it in scoring position on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting the drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. The Judicials offense will get the ball. Time. They'll send the back in motion. He'll toss it. Gets it past the marker. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly. The Judicials, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. The give to the fullback.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. And the Judicials will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Try to get it to the edge. Creates a little space. Breaks into the open. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. To the air on first down. He wants to go deep. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
That is such a great play by that defender. And how many times on deep balls do we see PI? Do we see pass interference? In situations just like that, that defender did an outstanding job.
Going back to the well, another deep ball.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Mississippi State going up tempo. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They've already converted a fourth down here in the first quarter, and they'll try it again. Floating away. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Wants to go up top. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Time for one more stab before the end of the quarter. They'll try the run. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Rides to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Bulldogs will try to pick it up on fourth down. Might be calling a hot route. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He's got it, first down and more. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Mississippi State right back to the line.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, fourth and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last fourth down there.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to beat the D deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He rifles one deep to the left. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Fights off a defender. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Gets the back moving. Now on the option. Now the toss. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. The Judicials will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Looks it in at the 40. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in the hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Swartz. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. And the Judicials will try to pin them back with the punt. Bring it out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A low line drive and short kick. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Oh, better look out. Got the first down and more. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
The Bulldogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there, and you could tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that.
Snags it inside the 20. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run the option. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll power it inside with the fullback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll put it in play from their own 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff to the fullback. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Judicials with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Goes to the option. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Oh, they're after him. Took a shot as he threw. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. And the Judicials decide to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Bulldogs will hustle to the line. Right back to the well. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback may change this route. After the run, now to throw. He's got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll try to run it in. That should be the final play of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Davis-Wade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. And he's going to bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some...
And the ball comes out. What a... Good job corralling that football, but he couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it'll be a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Leaves it with the running back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Handoff to the lone back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
No fair catches here, looking for room. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've just self-destructed too many times so far already with 3 interceptions in the game. Looking downfield on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. He might want another play. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Grabbed over the middle, it's Balkinson. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
What a big stop for this defense in the second half. Around midfield, you can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big 4th down stop.
Motion from the back. Takes the handoff. It's O'Neal. Turning it on. Picks up the first down, still moving. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Big fullback's got it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It'll be interesting to watch this offense really down the stretch because they can't really have that balance, especially when they're going backwards. Like, they're down, they've got to put up some points, got to get some stops. I think this offense has to be aggressive, and I think it's going to have to be through the air.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play. They're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. That'll cut the lead to 13.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Makes the grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Balkinson. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Right down the middle. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Mississippi State going up-tempo. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Throws to the tight end. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Here comes the option.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
The Judicials come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. He'll toss it. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking, we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
Makes a move. Special teams. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision.
Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so it's the 2-point conversion attempt. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing know where to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And the Judicials will send out the punt unit. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there.
Man, he almost throws another one. And I tell you what, it's just been one of those days. Sometimes it's not your day, and just turning the ball over like they're a nonprofit, man, just giving it away. This offense has been reckless. It's been careless. They've got to do a better job of being smart with the football.
On third down, he drops to throw. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He
hauls it in easily enough for the first down. They'll bring him down, but what a way to wrap things up here in the third. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Off the play fake on first down. He's going to let it go. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And the route is on.
And after starting the season 0-1, they knew they needed more from their offense in this game. You just had to find ways to make more explosive plays, and that's what they've been able to do. They've executed at a tremendous level. I really like the quarterback play and the leadership that he's showing, and because of that, they look like they're going to get back to 500. Let's see where this team can go.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. From inside the 15, here's the return. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll go back to work on offense. Sends it back in motion. On the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff.
221 wing. 221 wing.
They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The Judicials now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. On the option. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. It'll be third and long. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The option look. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on third and long. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. DB's right up on the receivers. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the offense back onto the field. They'll run the option.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. The give on the option. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensive.
There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He lets one fly deep. Makes the catch. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
And this offense has had a good day, and more importantly, this team responded from last week. 0-1, didn't look good to start the season, bouncing back, getting a convincing victory. Nice job by this team handling adversity early in the season.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. A run for the quarterback. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Working well behind the sticks on second down. On the option. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. We like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the judicials send out the punt unit. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Wants to throw on first down. He's going for it all. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically it.
And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Let's see what they do on third down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Judicials will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball.
I'm literally walking over there. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Finding an escape route. Makes it past the marker. There he goes to the left. Inside the 30. Past the 10. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Well, obviously this team didn't get the start they wanted to on the year. Coming into this one 0-1, but a great job there getting that drive, putting 6 up on the board. They've got a comfortable lead. They wanted to turn the page and start to build momentum. This is a massive win for this program.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the...
Makes the grab down the left side. Running free. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And the Judicials trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. He's looking to throw. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. The Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. He's going for the big play. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. The Judicials trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. One more play to pad the stats. Looking to throw on first down. Snatches it on the right.
Pass on first down. Caught by the receiver. Gain of 31 on the play. First down for the offense.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.